Hey Tara, good progress here on your caricature. I like your images and how you're starting to arrange them. Um, the background's really too busy for the design. As you can see, you can't really see a lot of what's going on. So I'm just going to turn that off for now. Um, Another issue that's pretty important is missing the layer masks. I'll just show you what that looks like here with chases. Let me look at, yeah. So this is what the layer masks look like. They're these little, they're basically non-destructive. So you're editing out the background, but it's in the mask. It's not on the image. So it's called non-destructive. So I'm going to go here and turn this one off so you can kind of see. I'm going to say disable. And you can see the peanut butter all around it here. Let me zoom in. So that's why it's called non-destructive. All the editing is done inside this mask. I'm going to enable it. So that's really kind of important. So I would really go back and add those because it's gonna be kind of a big point deduction because that's kind of one of the main things in Photoshop editing. Another thing I would suggest is just working a little bit more on the placement of these objects. It's a good start, but it's not feeling like a caricature. It's still feeling like objects. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of these in a group, so I can move it. I'd make it a little bit smaller. And just continue working on it. This speaker looks okay, but when you look at it in terms of how it relates to the rest of the objects, it just kind of doesn't fit in. It throws everything off balance. The CD placement, they're both here. I see them, but they don't make a lot of visual sense. Also, you don't want to put your text like this at all. You want to split your text up on different layers, each word, so you can really move it around. Yeah, this is pretty sloppy too. So you're gonna have to do a lot of cleanup anyway. So that's a good time for you to get those layer masks in there. And it's the same. It's the same thing we did in the assignment last week, where we edited, in the book lesson. So be sure to review that if you need to. And again, if you look at, if you go back into week 3, I pretty much post a lot of information about the layer masks and how important they are. So really, I know that you're a little behind, but be sure to really go back and read that stuff because. You just miss a lot, and you can always grab me on Hangouts. I'm online all the time, so I just want to show you. I've already showed you these, but this is kind of where we're going here in a caricature that looks, it has a personality. It looks animated. It's not, a lot of thought has gone into, putting these pieces together. Notice the smaller wheel, the use of perspective. See what else here. Notice all the different objects and how they fit together. But, he spent a lot of time on this. So you don't give yourself a fair chance if you don't put the time in. Here's one similar to yours. Just a little bit of musical notes, but notice how this simple background allows the piece to stand out. And notice how they really spent the time with the images so they, make sense. The text is a little bit too big, but that's okay. Let me see if I have another music one to show you. My nose is so stuffed up today. No, I don't. But again, so this is the level that's expected. And as you can probably see here, you can't see. About all you can see clearly is the guitar a little bit with this complicated background. So I would just search something out and just have a look at these examples I posted up here. This is a really useful video here to view about what works and what doesn't, and they're there to help you. I'm not trying to force you to do it. And then I talk about why points are lost and why they weren't lost. So here's another music one. So here's a really cool music one too that she totally drew all this background in Photoshop. So have a look at there's another one. Have a look at some of, my notes so you can see, where you're going in terms of points and expectations. Okay.